Welcome to SVG-TV News for Monday, December 18, 2017. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Local taxi operators as well as other tourism stakeholders have come in for high praise as St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to experience a good cruise season. The commendation comes from Chief Executive Officer of the Tourism Authority, Glenn Beach, who stated that SVG has moved from 87,000 cruise passengers in 2016 to around 320,000 this year, and encourage all tourism stakeholders to continue to play their part in further developing the tourism product.
Always room for improvement, but one can also not take it for granted how well we're doing this year. And I know some people have said that this is due to the hurricanes that took place up north earlier on during the hurricane season. Let me reiterate this, that we were going to have a big cruise ship season no matter what, and since those hurricanes took place up north, we've received 5 new calls. So it's not due to that. It is due to that St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to develop. The opening of Argyle International Airport has really helped us in terms of people being aware of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I think the direct flights that we have announced and that we hope to announce soon will continue to be a benefit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So the season has been great. I continue to say that this is not the Tourism Authority, just not the Tourism Authority or the Ministry of Tourism's business, but it's every Vincentian's business. Continue to applaud the taxi drivers. Let's continue to improve our product and continue to give good service, and hopefully next year we'll have even a bigger cruise ship season that will benefit all Vincentians.
Whilst admitting that there are aspects of the tourism product that requires attention, Beach, however, noted that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is on a sound footing and things could only get better.
Product itself, the physical product of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is hard to beat. You're speaking about a multi-island destination. The diversity of the product is unique. The areas we can definitely improve on, and the Tourism Authority has been working to improve the standards in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Customer service is good. You have some instances where it has been bad or terrible, but I think too many times we point out the negative and we don't give credit where credit is due. A lot of the taxi drivers have improved their game, tour operators, the agents. I think everybody has contributed to it. A lot of the other stakeholders, like the hoteliers and so on, they're feeling some of it by what is taking place by cruise ship passengers buying drinks at their hotels and so on. And the brewery is definitely doing well because passengers love to try the local beer or the local rum, so the distillers will benefit from this. So everybody can benefit from it. I think when you look at the product that is St. Vincent and the Grenadines, yeah, there's certain aspects that I think we can go up against anybody with. Like I said before, the diversity of the product is unique.
The Tourism Authority CEO took the opportunity to highlight some of the areas which he believes need improving.
Aspects that we need to improve on. The creativity of the tours is something that's lacking. It's been the same too much. I think taxi drivers need to reach out to some of the other stakeholders, see what packages you can give them. But there are a lot of taxi drivers who have done that, but we need to see it better dealt with all around. So yeah, I mean, a lot of positive, a few negative aspects. We can all improve, including the Tourism Authority, in terms of how we do things. But it's ongoing, and we will continue to improve and try and get rid of the negatives and deal with the positives.
The Tourism Authority CEO said SVG has made tremendous strides in tourism in a short period of time, attracting a number of visitors by air and sea. Beach said the authority has put together an exceptional package for the airlines, adding that SVG is in a competitive position to that of other Caribbean islands.
Guess what? St. Vincent and the Grenadines is new on the international scene in terms of getting direct flights in. There's no history of direct flights into St. Vincent and the Grenadines until this year. So no airline is going to take the risk all by themselves. And we put a pretty good package together for the airlines. They're looking at it. They're waiting on the Department of Transportation's permission to fly into St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and once that happens, we'll make some announcements. We're speaking continuously to those out of the United Kingdom and other airlines around the world to see what we can do. But it is a process. It's not now for now, and I think that's what people need to understand. Those who are playing politics with it, and I really have no time with it. I think if you look around the Caribbean and you compare us to a lot of our Caribbean neighbors when they first opened an international airport, I think when you look at what we've accomplished so far for 2017, I think you can see that we have done a great job.
In reference to flights coming in from the UK and US, Beat spoke of some of the challenges being faced in getting these flights at the AIA.
I think one of the issues we have in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, there are too many experts, and if you remember from the time the airport opened, I said, don't listen to me. Go out, speak to aviation consultants, speak to the airlines, find out what the process is, because there's a process for everything. And for us to really be taken seriously, Argyle International had to be operational. It became operational on February 14. Air Canada has been a big plus. It's one of the largest airlines in the world. We would have had some announcements to make out of the United States by now, but there is a process, and their process is longer than Canada's in terms of TSA and the Department of Transportation. The United Kingdom is a bit more difficult in terms of its distance from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and their aviation, their airlines tend to operate a bit differently from those in North America. But it's not a matter of beating the haters, it's a matter of people understanding that it's a process. And
Opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday has expressed concern the influx of cruise visitors can do more harm than good. Speaking at a town hall meeting in New York on Sunday, Dr. Friday explained that while there has been an incredible increase in cruise visitors to SVG, the lack of preparation to entice them to return to the island is an issue of concern. The opposition leader is of the view most of the newcomers are being exposed to issues that the government has not addressed to make the island more visitor-friendly.
What are we doing to prepare for this influx of tourists? Because here's the thing, if you have more people coming in now and you're not ready, you haven't done anything to really invite, to take advantage of it, to make them repeaters. Because tourists who come on cruise ships, they might come first time, they like the place, and then they come back as a stay-over visitor. But if they had a bad experience, then what you're doing essentially is you're exposing yourself to more people without the proper preparations. And I fear some of that is what is happening. I mean, I don't want it to happen. I don't rejoice when St. Vincent lose business. You know, there are people who think that someday because you just want the government. The government, these people get the salaries. The taxi drivers need to be able to make a living. The hotel operators need to make a living. The restaurant operators need to make a living. The people who sell their craft, they need to make a living. Those are the people I'm concerned about. So I want to see it succeed.
The opposition leader is also of the view that there needs to be more activities to encourage more spending by cruise visitors, noting that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is one of the lowest in cruise and crew passenger spending, which must be changed.
In terms of how much tourists spend in St. Vincent, as compared with, say, St. Lucia or some of the other countries, we are one of the lowest in terms of per capita income spent by tourists and not tourists, cruise tourists and the crew that comes off. You know, you have an average spending, let's say, 19 or 20 US dollars per person, and there's some who have $160 per person. Obviously, that's what you want. You don't want tourists to just come and walk around and say, oh, St. Vincent, nice people, pretty, and so on, and then they go back and more than they eat. You want them to spend money. I always tell them, I said, try to get the tourists to max out their credit card. You know, let them go back and have to pay for it. It means they had a good time. So these are some of the things that we need to look at very urgently.
Dr. Friday, who is the opposition shadow minister for tourism, further expressed concern that not enough is being done to ensure that there are gains from the Argyle International Airport. He called on the relevant authorities to be more strategic in the marketing of the air facility, which costs millions of dollars to construct.
We want to be able to make the project work. We have very serious investment in this project, close to $1 billion. Obviously, anybody who is responsible as a political leader, you want it to succeed. All of us will pay for it, and we are paying for it. But what is required to make it succeed? It's not just a matter of wishful thinking and pious hope. I used to hear the current Minister of Tourism used to say, oh, when our guide opens, we're going to have a 3-fold increase in tourism. And I say, are you responsible? You're the minister, you're supposed to be saying those things. How is it going to happen? In order for it to happen, I believe, we have to obviously increase the number of hotel rooms on the mainland in particular. Because the cruise, the charter planes, they're not going to go there if they can't have rooms to put their guests.
One of the lawyers representing the opposition New Democratic Party in the election petitions case, K. Bacchus Pettis, says the time has come for a reform of the country's electoral system. The attorney who will be contesting the West St. George seat for the NDP at the next general elections made her views known at Sunday's town hall meeting hosted by the NDP in New York. Bacchus Pettis, who was at the time answering questions from the audience, said the electoral reform is also part of the NDP's push to have in place an integrity legislation.
As you know, the NDP has always been pushing for integrity legislation for the last 16 years. And the UNP government had promised to have integrity legislation, but for some reason they have been running from it. I think you probably know the reason why. Now, as regards the electoral reform we spoke about, the mere fact that we're pursuing these petitions at great cost to us as NDP supporters is because we really recognize that the importance of having free and fair elections. So we recognize also that training of agents will be very important, and we have embarked on that already to ensure that all our agents understand the electoral process from beginning to end. They had training last time, but with the advent of the photographic evidence and the strong examples of what we have to show exactly how you can steal an election, we intend to make sure that our agents are well prepared, candidates are well prepared. It was definitely a learning lesson, and we will make sure we will do everything we can.
Bacchus Pettis said Vincentians need to safeguard the democracy of SVG by speaking up and demanding of those in authority, integrity and accountability.
It is not only NDP alone. Every single member of the public must safeguard our democracy. And so that's why I wanted you to understand how we can steal an election and how by people being vigilant we can avoid it. I really think that all of us should call for a change in those ballot boxes. Make sure that our ballots are properly designed according to law, and also that the electoral officials are independent. The electoral office is under the purview of the Prime Minister, and every year before election, Mr. Julian Francis is the person who actually takes over the running of elections. And the time has come to have an independent electoral commission. That is something else that we need to call for. And I'm saying that it is the responsibility of all Vincentians to ensure that, not just the NDP.
In other news, persons desirous of slaughtering animals for sale for human consumption during this Christmas season are being asked to contact the District Environmental Health Officer or the Public Health Department before Thursday, December 21st for information on the requirements for slaughtering. According to the department, the Public Health Act 1977 makes it clear that it is an offense to offer meat for sale to the public without it being inspected. The department also noted that the practice of dressing animals on the ground and hanging meat on trees or poles expose them to the elements is not acceptable and will be subjected to condemnation. The Public Health Department numbers are 4561991 or 4571729. A large crowd of supporters and well-wishers turned up at the Central Police Station in capital Kingston on Friday evening to witness the Police Cooperative Credit Union Police Christmas Caroling competition. At the end of the competition, Western Carolers and P.T. Padel Police Youth Club came out on top as senior and junior champions respectively. The senior competition, which was keenly contested, had 8 choirs participating. This is the 5th time that Western Carolers has won the prize trophy. They sang "O Come All Ye Faithful" in the traditional category and "Western Come Town" in the original category. The group also won the Best Traditional Song and Best Speech. Second position was captured by the Traffic Angels, who won the Best Original Song, while Auxiliary Carolers took the 3rd spot and Best Turnout Choir. In the juniors competition, P.T. Padel Police Youth Club took the 1st position. Kittell's Police Youth Club came in 2nd, with Paget Farm Police Youth Carolers placed 3rd. A total of 6 choirs competed in this segment. Meanwhile, in its quest to foster and improve upon its working relationship with members of the public, locally and in the diaspora, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has added another medium to its communication strategy to do just that. During the hosting of the caroling competition on Friday, the police force launched its official website, rsvgtv.gov.vc. Delivering brief remarks during the ceremony, Acting Commissioner of Police Renald Hathaway said that he was pleased that the police force finally has its own official website, noting that it is another initiative by the police to communicate with all of its stakeholders. An important activity on the calendar of activities for the National 9 Mornings Festival is the 9 Nights Lights at the Botanical Gardens, officially launched last Saturday, December 16. The event, which is organized by the National Parks, Rivers and Beaches Authority, has seen significant growth over the years. Nikita Tony tells us more about Saturday's launching ceremony in this report.
Since its inception in 2015, the 9 Nights of Lights event at the Botanical Gardens has become a crowd favorite during the Christmas festivities here in SVG, as it has attracted the attention of locals as well as visitors. At the official launch held on Saturday, December 16th, Chief Cultural Officer in the Ministry of Culture, Anthony Tibbles, thanked the members of the Lighting Up Committee for their great efforts in making the event a reality. He added that the committee has indeed outdone themselves this year.
I can extend that to say that this 3rd year is the best ever. I think that it deserves the special attention. Thank you for the round of applause. I think it deserves the special attention of coming down and visiting. This program ties itself into our traditional celebration of 9 mornings by doing 9 evenings. There is going to be quite a lot to celebrate over the next few nights.
Giving a brief overview into the renaissance of the festivities, Director of the National Parks, Rivers and Beaches Authority, NPRBA, Andrew Wilson, noted that the event adds to the overall 9 Mornings product.
I think that this particular activity has immense scope to grow. So over the last 2 years, and particularly this year, we have sought to extend and to do a lot more in terms of the lighting. As you would recognize, there's a lot more lights that we have actually installed this year, and we have also added some new interesting features. In particular, you will notice that we now have a nativity set, which I think is very important, as it ties in and it keeps one of the essential focus in our minds as to the reason why we are actually commemorating this season.
Expressing gratitude to the National 9 Mornings Committee and all other involved partners for their support, Wilson extended an invitation to the Vincentian public and all other visitors to come out and experience the festivities.
So I'd like to welcome and extend the invitation to other corporate sponsors to contribute to this year and also the upcoming years as we seek to grow and further extend and expand of the gardens in the nights. Allows us to enjoy the ambience, in this particular period of the day where we would not normally have persons visiting the gardens. And we hope that the persons who visit the gardens during our 9 nights will enjoy the splendor of the lights, and in a great way will actually help us to experience the joy, peace, and the happiness that is associated with our Christmas celebration.
The National Parks, Rivers and Beaches Authority joins with the curator of the Botanical Gardens to invite all Vincentians and visitors alike to come out and support the remaining nights of lights at the Botanical Gardens. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
Lights display play an essential role in the Christmas festivities here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And as the 2017 9 Mornings activities get into high gear, a number of homeowners across the country have heeded the call to take part in the festivities by decorating their homes with lights and to get a chance to win an award in the Best Lit Private House category in the National Lighting Up competition. One of those individuals is Rillan Hill resident and known competitor Jimmy Samuel, who officially turned on his lights display at his residence last Thursday evening. During a visit to his home, Samuel shared memories of his 9 years of participating in the annual competition, winning the title for the best private lit home for 4 of those years. He said his participation in the Lighting Up competition, however, is more about his love for his community and country.
I have this amount of light, and I didn't have these beautiful lights like now. I just bring some lights and I put them up, and here goes. I come second. I was shocked when they told me I come second. 9 Morning is one of the greatest shows we have in St. Vincent. So I'm doing it for part of the 9 Morning too. Especially Mr. Peters and Mr. Bowman. They carry on the 9 Morning business that they had, and it's very nice, to do this, that you could bring up the 9 Morning forward.
Admitting that it is a difficult task to put the lights display together each year, Samuel thanked those who continue to support him over the years.
Million lights. The amount of lights I see around here, you really can't even figure it out how much it is. Because some string have 100, some have 100 and something. Some is 80 something, is different, I alone has put up the lights. I have a gentleman here with me who has helped me to hold it up and hand them and so on, but it's I alone and to put it up. My nephew, the electrician, come and check it out to make sure everything is all right.
The proud homeowner further encouraged the entire Vincentian public and visitors alike to come out and experience his lights display.
Some years I got people here from Sandy Bay, over here, everywhere you think about. Austria. Some people came here from the city, from Austria, some from Boston. The public is open to come in anytime they want, free, as long as the light is on, you come in. There's no charge to nobody. If you feel like dropping something in a pan and bucket, you put a pan and anybody want to throw anything, they throw it in it, but if you do that, you don't ask for anything.
The Side Hill intersection came to life last Saturday evening as the Side Hill Lighting Up Committee officially turned on their 2017 lights display. acknowledging that Sand Hill was once a top contender in the National Community Lighting Up competition. Coordinator Leroy Llewellyn said the diminishing of the overall display over the years was due to the lack of funds and manpower. Llewellyn, however, praised the efforts of individuals who have and continue to show commitment and determination in putting the lights display together.
Of human within the Sand Hill community who have the passion and who ensure that at least if we can't go grand, we will downscale but make a presentation that can be worthwhile and fitting of the Sand Hill community. This year we adopted not to light at all, but because of a few men and a very small few persons like Marvin Thomas, Ronald and his brother Medford, and we also have Pete Jacobs. They are the ones who decided, listen, regardless of how small we're going to come this year, we have to come and we have to light Sand Hill intersection. So I want to put your hands together for these folks from me, please.
Dubbed a White Christmas, Llewellyn gave an insight into this year's theme. He further thanked all supporters of the initiative and encouraged persons to come out and enjoy the Sand Hill lights display.
This year we are using tires mainly to portray a number of objects. So as you look on the hill, you will see tires. You look down on the triangle that leads to Dorsetshire Hill, there's what is called a tire snowman. So this year we are focusing mainly on white lights. So you're not seeing the multicolored lights that you usually see or that's associated with Christmas. It's white light.